Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about Unit 5, Week 1's quiz. But before we do that, let's go back a little bit and think about what you guys have just accomplished. You guys have finished Unit 4 entirely through distance learning. You did that job on your own with just some videos and some assignments that were sent to you via Google Classroom on your own. That is a major accomplishment, and you need to pat yourself on the back for that. Not only did you finish it, but many of you guys dominated that that unit. So you took an entire unit of our 4th grade curriculum, and we changed it around a little bit and sent it out to you, and hopefully we did it in an okay way. But we were not there to help you at all, and personally, and you did it. So it's just an amazing accomplishment, and I think, I was reflecting on this morning, you guys are going to be better off when you head off to college because of this experience, if you can come back to this experience when you're off to college. Because when you're off to college, you're on your own quite a bit, and you have got to have that kind of drive and that kind of perseverance to accomplish your goals. And this is good practice for that. That's about the only thing that this is good about this whole situation. But it has been good practice, okay? So, what should you do? You should pat yourself on the back, but you should not rest on your laurels. You should not be happy with that. You should go forward, and let's see if we can do it again. So we're starting Unit 5 this week. It was all about plot, what happens in the beginning, what happens in the middle, what happens in the end. And our grammar was contractions, okay? And we have no vocabulary today because we hadn't had a chance to really work and practice the vocabulary words. So I'm not going to ask you to try to guess those words. I'm going to see if we can find time to practice some other time, and then we can go back to that part of the quiz. But let's talk about the quiz, the 2 pieces that you're going to do today. So first one is called rhubarb for breakfast. Rhubarb is a kind of a vegetable that is something that we don't eat very often. Most of us, we don't. My grandfather had a rhubarb garden, but wasn't one of my favorites. Anyways, so rhubarb for breakfast. It is a fictional story about a girl and her grandparents' garden. Okay, because it's a fictional story, it's going to have some inferences in there. You're going to have to decide how the characters feel by what they do, what they say, and what they look like. But you're also going to be asked about plot, because that was the standard that we attacked this week. Okay? And then we have the writing, revising, and editing, which is all about contractions, and good for you guys, it's super short. There's only 6 of them. Okay? So, first of all, let's take a look at the questions. The first thing that Ellie and her grandparents do is, so we're looking for the first thing. Most fictional stories are told chronologically, which means from the beginning to the end, right? In order, okay? So if I'm thinking, where am I going to find the answer to that question? Is it going to be in the first paragraph, the middle paragraphs, or the last paragraph? I'm going to think that the answer to number 1 is going to be somewhere here. Okay? I'm just guessing here at this point, okay? But that's what I think. Number 2, Grandma tells Ellie that rhubarb leaves are poisonous. What does Grandma do next? So again, in chronological order. What do you think the most important word was in here? Grandma tells Ellie that rhubarb leaves are poisonous. What does Grandma do next? I wonder if I look for the word poisonous, I'll find it. Let's just skim and scan through here. No poisonous yet. Sometimes they say the exact words, and sometimes they don't. Maybe they say, it's not good for you, or something along those lines. No. I'm not reading this. I'm just looking for the word poisonous. Oh, look what I found. So, what does Grandma do after that? Look at this. Grandma? What does she do after that? I bet you if you read the sentence, you found your answer. Remember, a lot of these multiple choice questions. Location, location, location. I've said this a million times to you. Okay, why does Grandma ask Grandpa to tell a new joke? Okay, this tells me it's an inference. Okay, it's not going to be right out there in the open. Okay, we're going to have to find that out. So you're going to read that and read it in context, which means you have to understand the characters and how they're feeling about each other, and all that good stuff. Okay, so next one. Why does Grandpa frown when Grandma offers to make rhubarb muffins for breakfast? Why would he frown? Why would he frown if she's going to make muffins for breakfast? All right. Let's take those two and let's just see. Let's see. I'm going to read this to you real quick and let's see if we're looking for why Grandma wants new jokes and why Grandpa frowns. Okay, let's figure it out. Ellie stomped happily along in her green boots. Today was Saturday, and that meant helping Grandma and Grandpa with their garden. They grew all sorts of amazing things. Ellie loved helping them dig up weeds or water or plants while they told her about each plant. Today was weeding day. They each wore straw hats to keep the bright sun out of their eyes. First, they started pulling grass out from the rows of lettuce. Then, Grandpa told one of his favorite gardening jokes. Ellie laughed, but Grandma asked when he might learn some new jokes. So this is a key. If one character is laughing and then it's followed with a but, that tells me that Grandma's not laughing. So that could be a clue to her answer. Okay. When they finished the lettuce, they moved to a patch of plants that Ellie did not recognize. They had long red stalks and big floppy ears. Grandma said that these were rhubarb plants. Stalks make a sweet treat if cooked or made into jam. The leaves, though, should never be eaten because they are poisonous. What does Grandma do next? Grandma bent down to harvest some rhubarb. She showed Ellie how she cut the leaves from the stalks. Later, she said they would chop up the red stalks and bake them with sugar and bananas to make muffins for tomorrow's breakfast. Uh-oh, here comes the breakfast part. Grandpa frowned when he heard this. Why did he frown? He asked if they could have the muffins that night for dessert. Grandma said maybe, but only if he could think of a new gardening joke to tell next week. Haha. Back to the jokes. Okay. So, he frowned after she said they would make him for breakfast. And then the next sentence will give you a clue. Okay. Writing, revising, and editing. Now, a contraction is two words put together. Okay? Contraction. Okay. Oh, my pen's dying. No. Hold on just a second. This happens with distance learning. I don't understand it. Can not. If you don't want to say it all out, you put them together. Okay? This is the clue. If I can't from cannot, what did I lose? I didn't lose a C, it's still there. I didn't lose the A, it's still there. Didn't lose the N, it's still there. I lost an N and an O, and I have the T. You put the apostrophe where the missing letters go. Okay? So, right before the T, we lost two letters. Right before the T, I'm going to put the apostrophe. Try it again with a harder one. Would have. Okay, I'm going to call it would've, right? Would've. That's a contraction. What did I lose? I lost this and I lost this. And where were they? right in front of the V. So where does the apostrophe go? Right in front of the V. Pretty simple. Okay? So if you follow that direction, you will get all of these correct. Look at haven't is short for what? Have not. So what letter do we lose? So think of the two words that make them up. There, they are. Don't is do not. Isn't is not. This one's a crazy one. They have. Oh, I just did one very close to that. And it is. Okay? So, I know you can do that. Let's start Unit 5 as well as you completed Unit 4. I believe in you. I have faith in you. I'm very proud of you for what you have done, and I'm expecting great things of what you're going to do. Okay? See you soon.